there was a time to pick something that's not so meta, this would be the game.
True.
Up 1-0.
10 seconds.
Going, you're not at elimination just yet because you have a game to give.
5 seconds remaining.
But who knows? I know there are a lot of teams that are just strict on that kind of thing. You never try stuff out in the real games.
Dire team ban.
Well, they're deciding the last 2 picks here, and well, they'll just go right back for it. Give Rezo his Morphling. I mean, they protected him last time by diverting a lot of the attention away from him, by just creating so much chaos on the opposite lane, and that can easily happen here once again with a Nature's Prophet and a Sven, but they also have the backup plan of the super safe support in the Lich, and just basically camp with him the whole time.
Team ban.
And they will ban the UR Kunkka. And, he just has so many options for the last. They just need some sort of a safe hero, and that's probably going to be OD or DK, I would guess.
Yeah, I think DK is a little unnecessary. Because sometimes you pick the DK because you're playing it a little bit more safe, and it's a tanky hero, and where you can go OD, who plays a little bit more aggressive, and works with this Sven where you can both kind of get like a blink dagger or something.
Yeah, I think there's also just like there's no in heroes right now on the Predator other than the Grimstar, like no good ones. So they'll ban the OD themselves. They haven't earlier. Oh jeez. Maybe that means they... I don't think you want DK, though, because then they can just put the troll mid or something. Like, I don't want to give troll a good mid lane, personally. But we'll see. I feel like you want some sort of a ranged Punisher. Oh, maybe they're going Lina instead of the Mirana. Lina's actually pretty good here, too.
I like the burst damage, but is it too glass? Rocks come at you quick. Especially ones that hold trees.
Jeez, forward. Making us wait for it here. Ah, okay. So they do go for a hard punish, so that they can't send the Tiny or the Troll mid. That I like. I don't know. I think Razor's kind of a greedier here. Like, he's a jungle a lot, but they lost 2 games in a row to Razor, so maybe they're just like, yeah, that was really good. Let's take that.
10 seconds.
Which is fair.
I like it too. With the Sinister Gaze to like give you that extra head start of the static link or something like that.
Oh man, and the old Razor too. Now they do not have a lot of time to find a good lane matchup. That's a bit of a tough pick coming out here.
Oh no! I don't know, man. I hate to be
curious.
Real man on a pick, but the last time we saw Thunder Predator round out a draft with Bat Rider, it was an 18-minute GG.
Yeah, this will be mid though, because they're not sending Troll or Tiny. There's no way versus Razor, and Leo Style has picked it up.
What's the thing that Kyle's been saying recently?
Don't pick that.
Nah, I won't. It was like it was always on the last pick when he doesn't.
I just mute it when Kyle comes on, so I'm not sure. Like, oh god, there he is again.
10 seconds.
That was not the pick. Or something like that. That's not it. Something along those lines. You know what?
Oh yes, I don't know what it is, but that's not it. I believe that's the current Kyle line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make it a chat wheel because he just keeps on saying it. So that must be the plan.
I wouldn't mind spamming that during the draft.
I don't know what it is, but that's not it.
Now I'm just imagining me spamming that. But yeah, I don't like this Bat Rider mid. Not it.
There's some problems.
To name a few.
It's like, the thing about Bat Rider is like it can be really good in the mid lane when you're up against a melee hero because there's less of a gap between you, and you can just run them over with the Firefly. But it's good. It just takes really key bounces off of the W. So if he can get the good flame breaks off, that might work. But Razor has a little bit more spacing. Razor's generally like kind of fast too, and then the tower just defends you a lot better in the mid lane, especially these days than it used to. So I'm curious to see how Draken / Leo style is going to do.
Classic name change or an event.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are a true friend.
I sense a connection between us.
So, Resolution, obviously, we saw in this morphing in the previous game, looked really good. So, you know, I'm excited. Of course, they made a lot of space for him, and I think they can do that again for him.
Universe mid, let's go. He's got the null on his prophet. He's hitting for 66. He's gonna work this Bat Rider. He's gonna be slapping him silly. Oh, this is great.
This was the pick. This Nature's Prophet was the pick.
Oh, I love Nature's Prophet. What a great hero. Look at this gold ranked Nature's Prophet. Sec.
See this matchup.
Yeah, well, Leo, I'll get out of the stream, dude. Don't check the lanes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Obviously, they're on LAN. Can't happen. Easy Oaks. What do we got here?
You know,
Prada's again on the Phoenix. That didn't go too well last time. Ended up being really poor. Toon, Dragon. Everyone looks pretty standard. Draken's got a ward too.
Just so unsure about this Bat Rider, and he's actually. Nah, he's not going to top.
I mean, it's as simple as he has to go crazy. It works. It almost worked in game 2. When he was at Tiny, he played a fantastic game of Tiny versus Team Secret, and it was almost enough to push them to an advantage that they could carry through if it weren't for a couple bad fights. Kind of similar to last match, too. But Bat Rider, harder to execute, I would argue, especially because the level 1 cooldown of Lasso is 100 seconds, so you have to be so precise every time it comes back up. And you have to be a little greedier in your build, too, like going towards this Blink Dagger. And I don't know, it looks like he's not even going to go for the bots, as he actually has the Tranquils queued up early. So this like very popular S4 style build doesn't seem to be in his ambitions.
Remember we used to see off-lane Bat Riders be so aggressive. Like, Bat Riders would literally win lanes. And now it just seems like this hero that has, you know, it doesn't have that flair that it used to.
I mean, he deserves some nerfs, let's be real. He was like, when I first started watching Pro Dota back in like 2013 or something, he was like 99.6% pick ban rate or something like that. And the vast majority of that was he would just get banned in the first phase. Like, come on now. What kind of a life is that for a hero? You gotta at least play. I wonder if this decision not to come with a stick will hurt Universe. Probably not. He wants a null right off the bat, and then the stick will come the first courier so that he can keep spamming his treants. That seems worth it.
Yeah, and he's gonna fill out the wand. He'll go for the boots. This shouldn't be the worst lane for him. And
no, it should be very good for him, I would hope.
Early. Yeah.
Especially level 1, because Bat can't really kill the treants.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of uncertainty over mid, you know, being in the mid spot for a second. Not his normal lane, but everybody plays pubs. So. Ooh, a Toon almost dying top, too. This isn't the aggressive tri-lane that we saw in the previous game, where you had the Frost Shield as, you know, as well as the Tusk with the tag team. This time around, you've got, right now at least, just Stroke of Fate. So you're not as safe in this lane as the Troll as he was with the Phantom Assassin previously.
Yeah, the lanes are set up pretty much perfectly for forward. Everything has worked out real nice. The Lich protecting your Morphling, letting him to stay at low HP so that he can get the best last instant eyes he can on the hero.
And then a lane we haven't talked about too much yet over bottom is the Phoenix Tiny against the Morphling with the Lich. And actually, as I say that, over top, Matthew trying to get away. Yoar's actually sitting really low. MSS has stunned a second. Looked like there might have been first blood in multiple spots, but I'll talk about bottom again like I wanted to.
I like how this Nature's Prophet mid means that you can free up the courier for the side lanes too. I wonder if we'll see that come into effect. Like, they could bring out some earlier items, like these Wraith Bands can come down to Rezo instead of to Universe, and then that would really give him an edge there. Firefly comes out now from Leo style. Let's try and clear some of these treants.
And Universe trying to keep these treants back. Got a couple of stacks of sticky napalm on them. Not trying to give up, some free extra early farm, as Draken is sitting, a couple last hits in front of this Nature's Prophet, and the Phoenix gets first blood over bottom. He's actually got a double damage on him, too.
Yeah. A little bit of Fire Spirits damage, plus just tiny casting spells. Very nice. One thing, Leo Style looks like he might have practiced this matchup a little bit, because he got his, well, not matchup necessarily, but in terms of his Bat Rider mix, he gets his Firefly back like the exact second that the creep waves meet again, so he's not losing too much downtime. He's not opening up a lot of possibilities for Universe to actually punish him. But the fact that you're giving these super fast levels on the Nature's Prophet is the more important thing. He just wants to like TP in, but another Firefly here and clears up some more gold. So quite a bit being fed over here to this Bat Rider.
Yeah, he's finding himself almost level 5, so about a half level ahead of Universe for the moment. But there is a full creep wave for Universe to get some experience off of, as that's,
Oh, he gets unlucky though in the rune's bottom, but Phoenix can probably guard it here, so things will still work out for the Bat. Full static link up top.
Nice. Universe actually ends up TPing over there to take the illusion rune away from him.
So lame.
Chris dive over though. Prada almost in a little bit of trouble, and MSS turns it around. Stormhammer hits on 2. They try to kill Matthew. They'll find 1. Tune has to back off, and that aggression, even with the rotation of the Phoenix, ends up biting Thunder Predator. And yeah, Nature's Prophet takes away that illusion rune bottom.
That really hurt Bat. He ran home. So that was 94 stolen damage on the Razor, so try to come in with the save on the Phoenix, but was not going to be enough. Oh, they're going to go Ink Spell on the Bat. Nice play here. That's going to kill Universe.
Ooh. Yeah, he's silenced up. 2 stacks of sticky napalm, 3 stacks of sticky napalm. And Universe is very dead, and then Phoenix over top. Prada drops to Yawar.
He did get the bounty rune first, though, so we'll give him that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And 50 shard.
Ah, yeah, also important.
Very worth it. Gonna bump his profile net worth up there a little bit. A Tunu. Body blocks, trying for it at least with a tree, and Stroke of Fate comes out to slow up Yawar. He's now under the tower, needs to be a little bit careful. As Matthew trying to set up once again. He does have Ink Swell and then the Phantom's Embrace. But they don't try anything too aggressive, as we've seen that before for Thunder Predator, really bite them. So
curious about this build here. Is he really thinking about a soul? Okay, never mind. Leo Style had a soul ring queued up, and I was real confused. I was like, Bat soul ring, that would have been a new one, especially with a bottle. But speaking of Leo Style,
Lasso?
Radiant's middle tower.
Lasso over mid. There's nobody here.
he was trying to live. He thought like he was gonna die, so he was hoping to maybe get a kill, but couldn't get it.
And there were 4 heroes coming over towards mid. I caught that a little bit late. That's why I'm a little confused on that one. I was like, all right, Lasso it is. But that put him in a lot of trouble. MSS has been doing a lot here. He's about to hit level 4. It's usually you skip the cleave altogether. You go for that Stormhammer and the War Cry. That makes you not only so tanky, but the stun does a significant amount of damage at level 3, 4, and the stun duration too. SVG sitting silent.
Yeah, he can help set up for a surprise Nature's Prophet ulti too.
But a ton.
Yeah,
Stormhammer comes right at him. The Nature's Prophet's going to come over as well, as Universe has already thrown the ulti. Now they've got the Sprout. Yawar, look at all that delicious damage I've got to throw back on the dire side. It is
what happened to this?
68.
Where's this Troll's Quelling Blade? That's funny. Why doesn't this guy have a Quelling Blade? He's like, I'm too good at last hitting, but there's a Nature's Prophet. Oh, right. My bad.
Ooh, avalanche toss on a Rezo. Morphing into strength. He will survive and gets the kill on a Frank. Thanks for the help, SVG. As Frost Shield, of course, is so strong.
think he might have did the math there.
Flash already did the math.
Yep.
Definitely, you know, I talked about Sinister Gaze, but Frost Shield is definitely, I would say, the best ability that Lich has right now.
Definitely. It is the dream. It is the greatest ability. It is the reason why you can first pick this hero and feel good about it. Oh, SVG. Doesn't get the stack on the Ancients. What is this? The God Support Man himself. You know, we all make mistakes, guys. It's okay. See? Next time you want to play in your game, remember that time SVG missed an Ancient stack.
Firefly, they pull him up onto the cliff with the lasso. Public execution over there on top of the cliff from Draken onto UR, getting that kill. But while that's all happening, Matthew gets the deny on the tower, but you lose this mid tier 1. This is pretty important with how Forward Gaming have been playing in terms of aggression. You know, to no longer have this tier 1 tower mid definitely gives up a lot of possibilities here for Forward Gaming as UR goes after a ton towards top. The ulti flies in from Universe, doing a lot of damage on a Prada.
Oh, I mean, he can survive, but yeah, there's still so much pressure, and they know this bat has no lasso. And whoops, it's MSS? Hello!
Yeah, with SVG coming over, the Sinister Gaze locking in a ton. Resolution's just dead to Frank bottom, but Yawar moving in, trying to get the kill on the Draken, and Yawar's actually the one who bites the dust. He burns alive, and I don't know if he was expecting that kind of damage.
So Universe commits for the tower, but spotting all the other heroes rotating up on the Radiant side there, or sorry, from the Radiant to that top side there, I like the fact that they went on Rezo, knowing that there's no Lich to back him up. So, solid delay on Rezo's farm, but obviously still doing quite well at the moment. And it has given Leosat the lead in net worth as SVG and MSS getting another one here.
Yeah, Frost Shield, they've got the Sinister Gaze. Matthew, very dead. Real style will come over, but
great kill steal from Universe. Showed up at the most important moment for 92 damage on his right click.
4 stacks of sticky napalm, but yeah, get that out of here. Come on. Draken, I don't know if you want to keep going that way. Resolution staring you right in the face.
Oh, there was another Invis rune top, but they had to deny it away with the Phoenix because Nature's Prophet was right there. Couldn't save it for Draken, so he's sad once more.
So they're going drums here on Yawar. What's the build after drums for this, well, technically off-lane Razor?
For his team, so we have Vlad's, right? Yeah, Vlad's for Universe. So you are in this game. I don't think you necessarily need a pipe. Crimson's a little awkward on Razor, so I don't really expect that. He'll probably just go SNY, maybe? That seems kind of good. I don't think there's any other auras that are that necessary. Unless he really wants to consider pipe, which would also be totally fine.
They're trying to set up for a kill here bottom, and actually both teams are looking for a move. Avalanche comes out. Matthew coming over. He does have the Soulbind that's going to lock SVG together with a Tiny, but they've got themselves the Sven coming with a...
Oh, there it is.
With a lasso onto 2. SVG and Resolution just get absolutely annihilated. And they also have the Supernova down. The Avalanche stops the TP, and there's the toss. 1, 2, make it 3 here for the side of Thunder Predator, and they lose nothing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Really nice stuff. A lot of that gold going to the Phoenix. Maybe not the best hero necessarily, but excellently set up there from Thunder Predator. As Universe is thinking about coming in to help defend this. But most importantly, it's just Draken there getting kills. The second last was, well, not the second last was back up, but at least getting it done, right? Getting a couple kills, getting some experience, some gold, pushing yourself towards that Blink Dagger, and perhaps more importantly, playing on the opposite side of the map from Mattoon so that he can try and get some items going on this Troll Warlord.
Yeah, considering how much he's struggled, and it really hasn't been too awful for him. And I say struggle, but...
Oh, he's going for the haste rune here on Draken. See if he can get a kill with it.
Sinister Gaze. Stormhammer came out, but SVG is just kind of, you know, sitting in the campfire here. And
oh, he's living!
Cry.
Just has a salve. And another salve. All right, cool. Casual salves here as Universe ganks behind on Matthew.
We'll try to TP out, but... Oh.
Yeah. Gaze was on
Get
CD.
away. But they might have the damage there for a second. That was...
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's looking
is
good
under
again
attack.
here for Thunder Predator. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you know? Shame on me. Fool me 3 times, though, Thunder Predator. I want to see you win this game.
All right.
Fool me 3 times.
You got it, man. This time, it's the one. Surely it's going to happen.
I think so. I don't know. Something about that Soulbind double lasso makes me definitely believe a little bit.
It looks like Yuari's just going to believe in his skills and say that's going to be enough damage and go for the BKB, and the pipe's going to be covered up by Universe.
I really do like this combo, too, of the Inkswell with Leo style going in. He gets the lasso. He's got the drums. You make up that space in between you and your opponent. So much there for Thunder Predator to lock him in. There's the Vlads, but Avalanche toss on a resolution. Sunray on top of him. He'll waveform and TP out.
Damn. Even with the fresh blink, they can't get the kill, so that'll be the reveal now for Thunder Predator.
Now my enemy.
Do they have any real opportunity to Roche here? Not particularly great. I mean, it's definitely doable, but they don't really have a insanely fast Roche on here.
Oh boy. SVG has to be very careful. Just that stroke of fate with the Phantom's Embrace is a lot of damage onto this support Lich.
This is a level 5 Sven at 14 and a half minutes. This doesn't feel very good. Is even an item coming or something? Or no? He's got nothing.
Yeah, MSS seemed to be rolling, and then all of a sudden it just kind of... Somebody pulled the brakes. That's somebody's Thunder Predator. But Universe, he's doing okay. He's got the Vlads going into the pipe next. So you're talking about a possibility of the pipe for Yawar, but he's going into the BKB.
Yeah. A lot of that depending on his levels, but should be okay then.
Blink, Avalanche toss, SVG, Dead Storm, Hammer lands on a 2, but the Icarus dive over the Soulbind connects resolution with this Sven, and now the double lasso Supernova right there. Inkswell on top of it, you get the toss. Resolution trying to get out of here. Somehow surrounded by 5 heroes, might even have an opportunity to do so, but the Avalanche comes in, there's the Sunray, and yeah. It was close, it was a good attempt, but not gonna make it.
Yeah, it feels like they're maybe a bit too split pushy. Like, Universe built this Vlad's, but they're forcing fights on the other side of the map, and then he doesn't show up for them because people die a little bit too fast, so then a lot of his net worth maybe could be... And, like, the way he's playing, it would almost have been better if he had a better split push build, but surely now that he's getting in towards the pipe, you'll probably see him more involved in the fights, and then we'll get a little bit more value out of this Vlad's, but he has been taking down a lot of the map during all of this. You look at the tower differential, and remember, they haven't lost one on the side of 4 gaming. They're losing a couple of these fights, but that does mean that this 1k lead is could grow quite a bit if Thunder Predator can get rolling and knock down some of these towers, but the farm space gets a little awkward when you suddenly lose all your towers and they get one good fight on your side of the map. Thunder Predator might feel too scared to go out.
Going after SVG, but an aggressive move into the blink out. This coming over will be the Razor of Yawar. But yeah, I think again we kind of see Thunder Predator on the cusp of things kind of going wrong. Forward Gaming almost that one fight away from maybe finding this game starting to fall in their advantage.
Yeah, they're just about done that pipe, and that's going to mitigate a ton of the damage that's been winning these engagements from the Soulbind, doubling up some spells, and the Phoenix Egg. But another feed there from SVG to calm the beast that is the Bat Rider. I don't think that's really that worth. Like, that pretty much could just be the Tiny comboing him up, but they have to commit lasso, so could see Forward consider a fight here.
especially with how short, you know, how low the respawn time is on the Lich. But they find themselves UR, and yeah, just the Lich was maybe we can fight, but now Lich and
that ward.
The Universe needs to try and escape. He'll TP, and the Avalanche just a little bit late.
Wow, his blink must have been on CD. Harsh. That's a bit disappointing, but good find to get UR inside their jungle. He's trying to dodge where he thinks Thunder Predator are playing, and they catch him out. And now they might even consider firing back at more than just that bottom tower, see if they can chip away at the mid one too. Try and force a fight here.
Resolution, has been made a good amount of space. I'm worried to see him with this BKB. What Thunder Predator are gonna do with this 10 seconds of magic immunity?
Last was back in 15. They have an Invis DD Batrider wrapping from the other side here. And looks like it's another quick jump onto SVG. Destroyed thanks to the ward on the high ground. And they will get the tower at the troll. So yeah, things looking great. Universe doing his same, pushing shenanigans up top. And he's going for an Orchid. So yeah, eventually he'll be involved. Someday.
They're keeping the game relatively close without him being involved, so he gets away with this. You know, they're not pushing too detrimentally into their base.
This is what they need, though, the Roche. SVG just TP bottom in full view of that Dire Observer ward too, so that's going to let them know that there's not really a contest coming. They don't have to worry about some of these bigger spells like the Chain Frost, and they'll just happily leave a tune in there. Man, he is just not getting bashed. This guy is lucky. Finally he gets bashed. Damn. It's a high skill troll player.
On his side. Ooh, you are again. Frank gets the kill this time. They are just finding him every moment they've got this lasso. They are on a search and destroy mission.
Look at these wards. Like, that's what's killing them right now. That's where all of the deaths are happening. Just excellent vision from Thunder Predator. And now the Aegis too. Okay, this is what you've been waiting for. A nice looking game here from Thunder Predator. Might have finally found one. SVG, I'm pretty sure, just did this. He just did some crazy level. Like, he TP'd to this shrine and he just walked this whole way around. That was a wild excursion.
SVG's wild ride.
Unfortunately, it's only the one ward.
Yeah, just this ward, and I would assume... No, actually, maybe they didn't see him place it, but I would assume they know it's there, just because the amount of vision that ward did give. That just expired.
MSS
Toss. Avalanche with the Phantom's Embrace. Double damage on Dual Style again. How many times has he had double damage?
Yeah, it kind of feels like he's ruining up the whole game. And now he's going to be into the Force Staff too.
And it's a 6,000 net worth lead. This might be the biggest lead we've seen them have tonight.
Yes, definitely is. I'm pretty sure it is, at least. This is the exact opposite of the last MSS performance, where it was like, wow, yeah, it felt really good from the Tiny. This game, it just feels like they were not able to get the Sven going.
And it kind of came to a halt. We saw him level 5, thought, you know, he was doing enough to really get by, and then everything just stopped. And I think that also came with the fact that the Blink Dagger was picked up by the Tiny, and that the mobility of Thunder Predator really ramped up once they got that Blink Dagger, and as well as having Batrider with his Blink as well.
He's going to have to be cautious, though, because they're going to have this Orchid, so that would be a nice target if he just gets caught out a little too aggressively. But for now, they're just abusing this Aegis, forcing down towers with it. And there is a smoke here on these Radiant supports. Maybe hoping to catch someone rotating through to push out bottom wave.
Universe was thinking about going bottom and TPing, but he's forced to clean up top. Meanwhile, the mid-tier 2 is just gone, and this is all of a sudden a 6 to an 8,000 net worth lead here for the side of Thunder Predator. But again, very close to the BKB is resolution. The question becomes, is that going to be enough? and they are actually heavily rotating for him. They'll get the lasso to come through. MSS is here. He gets the war cry out on the resolution. The flame break keeping him close, but the waveform onto the high ground, and he's able to TP out. So MSS should be happy to give up his life to save resolutions.
Yeah, they'll take that for sure. And it'll cost them their other support too. But this is what happens where they spend so much time for their mid hero. Basically, all Universe has done. I mean, he's 1-1-3. He spent his entire game playing on the opposite side of the map and pushing towers, and that works for a while, but it only works when you then win a fight in enemy territory based on of all those towers being gone, and you gain a vision advantage. But what happened was that Thunder Predator started playing inside the Radiant Zone anyway, got a bunch of kills, and then they got enough ahead that they just suddenly did boom, 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 boom. And although this game was like kind of even, then it just gets wildly out of control because suddenly you just get an influx of all this tower gold at once. And when this troll has BKB, it is going to be very difficult for forward to fight them.
It definitely feels like this Morphling needs to make a move right off this BKB.
Yeah, but his item build has to be really hard this game because he's against a bat, so he feels like he needs this BKB and a Lincoln's.
I don't remember the last time I saw a hyper defensive Morphling. Very defensive coming out from resolution, and obviously for the right reasons. It just, you usually see like a Scotty third item for a Morphling, maybe a BKB before that.
I like his choice here too in terms of the level 15 talent. He took a little bit to decide between the attack speed or the morph duration, but I think in this game the morph duration isn't nearly as valuable. There's like, maybe if he was tiny the spells are kind of worth it, but Leostyle's a great kill. They stopped the blink, but they didn't have the skill to do it. There's no Aether Lens.
Goes into the Firefly. The Soulbomb is going to land on a Yawar as well as one more. They've got the lasso pulling a bolt, and it's actually onto the ledge, so they get the kill on SB. They've got the Sunray on top of them. MSS goes into the God Strength. They've got the first kill for the Troll. Let's see if they can get themselves the second. Coming over is Prada with the Icarus dive as well as the Supernova. They need to make sure that they kill off this egg. They should be able to do so with the BKB pop by resolution, but this is going to be dead as well as Yawar. They throw the Phantom Embrace on the Universe, who's unable to escape because he sprouts next to Tiny.
Oh, the Orchid!
Maybe I misspoke. No, Tiny gets the double kill. Now they work over on resolution, and it's a full team wipe in favor of Thunder Predator.
Frank showing MSS how it's done. Jumps back into a Tiny game. Now, mind you, he gets to play the core Tiny, so a little bit more fun, but 9-1-8 godlike. And Leostyle, I mean, this was his game to carry, and he did an exceptional job. Tons of credit to Matthew as well. Always been one of the most impressive support players out of SA, from his Earth Spirit and now his Grimstroke. Just finding these soul binds every fight, and then just good communication with him and the Bat Rider to secure these team fights. They finally have a Blink Dagger on MSS.
Skips the BKB in favor of the Scotty. Wonder if that ends up biting them. They can find Universe. Uh-oh.
Run away.
Supports on Thunder Predator. Yeah, they have so much more farm. I mean, look at this Phoenix. Look at how much he's got compared to Yawar, who's got practically nothing.
I love how Prada just refuses to buy boots. Like, I get it. Phoenix is kind of fast, but come on, a Windlace? I mean, he did this last time too.
SVG dead again. And they look for MSS. The Warcry comes out. The Stormhammer landing onto two of them. He'll blink away, try to get to the high ground. Oh, but the lasso's there. Man. No breaks here for Forward Gaming. 18,000 net worth lead for Thunder Predator.
Yes, but we've already seen how obnoxious the split push is, so we don't want to count them out quite yet, much like we didn't count out Thunder Predator in some of the other games. Not going to be an easy win if Forward are going to pull this one back, though, for sure. Definitely in the driver's seat here for Thunder Predator. Next row is going to be the big decider. Could respawn in about 25 seconds.
And if it's an early enough Roche, who does that favor? Just a quick Roche right now. Just is it Forward Gaming because they could be right up on it?
Maybe Thunder Predator because Universe is gonna try and rat like crazy right now to get a nullifier and try and knock one of these heroes out of the fight.
It's not an item you see picked up too much anymore.
Yeah, it's just really good on Prophet. It's someone who like has no real great abilities other than the ability to split push and make a lot of gold. So Nullifier can kind of make up for that. Then he'll have the Orchid Nullifier, the Pocket Doom.
I don't know why that made me think of. Hold on. I'll hold that thought as Warcraft comes out with the Phantom Embrace, the immediate TP attempt. Stroke of Fate, Yolar needs to try and get out of here, but they've got the Yule. Then Frank right under him with the Avalanche. This is an easy kill for Thunder Predator.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But
But look at that tier 3 damage.
Haste.
14.
MSS on the come up here. Ulting away those neutrals. Someday I'll have more gold. Man, Rezo's levels feel really low. Only level 16, eh? Yeah, he's way behind. Holy.
Is the Lincoln's even, you know, worth it? Is MSS on top of him again? Is Thunder Predator an easy kill here? A ton. Working with Matthew to just find these kills time and time again. And Draken, or Leo style, looking for one more, and that's going to be with the lasso.
Yeah, that should be it. No supports to help out. No ulti there from the Lich. Can grab themselves another lane. They got everything ready. Aside from that lasso, but shouldn't be too much of a problem here. Solid mission here from Thunder Predator to get themselves a victory. Universe still doing the same thing in the top lane. Pretty much his only place to be.
TP back from Grimstroke.
Can't quite find him with the Yules there. I gotta say, impressive that Dragons had such a good game without the BKB too. Went for the Yule Scepter so that he'd have a way to deal with the Orchid as well as have an additional way to cancel TPs so he doesn't have to always cancel TPs using the lasso with all the split pushing that's guaranteed to happen from forward. But a lot of times these Batrider games, they fall apart because you don't get a BKB in time. But he hasn't really been threatened. He's 8-1 and 13.
Worth so much more.
Yeah, we thought the mid lane was going to go so much worse for him than it actually did, and Phoenix, very tanky, so this is definitely a hard kill for them to get, especially when he goes into the Supernova, and everybody just swarms on top of Yolar. This BKB charge is a waste. Or is it? It might have spoken a little bit too soon. Universe does end up dying. The Chain Frost comes out. That's bouncing around on Leo style as well as a ton as the waveform comes in. Resolution trying to make something happen, but a ton staying alive for the moment. Yoar ends up finally falling. They move over to MSS. The Stormhammer comes out. They should be able to get themselves at least one. The Soulbot locks in Resolution as well as MSS silencing him up, but the BKB pop by Resolution. There's the toss, getting the kill on the spin, and he'll buy back immediately. The waveform comes over, trying to get Matthew. Adaptive Strike cleans him up. Draken's also dead, as I believe Universe bought back into this, and TPing out. Icarus die. Right back to split pushing. Universe right on it.
Well, still 25k lead. It will be a victory overall, though, for the rating side, even with the 2 buybacks, as it costs 1 for Thunder Predator there, too. But it's just
been their moment to take
one.
Roche?
Potentially. It looks like they're going to do it anyway, because there's no egg, so they kind of have to try and find some quick moment where they can get that. And they did recover their gem, it looks like. The Phoenix has it, the one that they've been carrying on the Batrider, so that's definitely good for them. But, no. I guess they don't feel like they can Roche.
And
everything's going to be back up soon, too.
Universe switching over to the Bloodthorn instead of finishing the potential Nullifier.
Prada actually considering the Radiance? There must be something more valuable he could get sooner than that. Do they even have...
Smoke smoke coming in. Blink, Stormhammer, Godstrike. Vortef on the high ground, and now they've got the Soul Mine that's going to lock together the Lich as well as the Sven, but it's not really going to matter too much. They'll go in a roach for a moment. A ton does have this PKB, so they got to find their attack point.
Oh, man.
And
I know we've talked about mistakes that they make that cost them game. That's just one of those little things where it's like, hey, remember how you've won like all of these fights off these sweet Soul Mine combos? Like, try not to just run up and feed. Doesn't look like it's going to cost them much, though. Just a bit scary when you are die backing. God, Boots of Traveler so much better than they used to be now. It's actually insane that Leostock can just TP down here on the bat ride, wipe out a wave, and then his TP scroll will be back in a moment. It makes it hard to punish those movements as the Radiant team. And then eventually what Thunder Predator are doing is they're going to slowly drive them back just by forcing that creep wave into the base. So it means that forward have to either commit or get off.
And Rezo, who was going for the Lincoln Sphere, is now switched over into the Manta style. See if that's the item.
Radiant
They're not going to fall for the Illusion Tiny. Their smokes remain. And they get a scan. They know they're camping that high ground. That is the real Tiny. MSS is going, but no one's with him. Oh, they can't decide where to go.
Yeah, they feel kind of lost here, and you can't fight in the high ground like that, but Tiny's going to be coming around the back. They'll find the Soulbond, and that's going to be onto 2, so after all is said and done, they finally get the Soulbond onto both these heroes. The Silence is going to be onto UR as well as MSS, but the BKB is popped. They only lose the Lich for now, but it does cost the BKB of UR. Oh, but Leo style, he's got the last one to bring him over the high ground as the Stormhammer hits, but finally pulls him over. He wasn't a lot of trouble with the Supernova being used, and 2 heroes dead. This should be enough to get the Roche.
Yeah, very difficult contest. Might see MSS go for something here. Oh no, he doesn't have buyback, so he can't even go for this. He just won't be worth it. And he's just dead. Might be time to throw it in here, but it looks like Ford are content to ride this one out. I'm still waiting for their Pocket Doom on Universe. And Thunder Predator did forget the cheese, so there is that.
Toast intolerant. Understand.
Universe is down bottom. Oh, instantly Yule's up from Draken though. Has that gem on him, so he's just spotted him despite the invis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is going to be Megas. How long is Universe willing to stay down there?
I don't think he's the itemization to do much against Megas, so this game is much, much harder if they let that happen.
Tossing him back. They've got the Silence. The Icarus dive. They've got the Sinister Gaze. It should be able to get the first life here on the Troll. They've already lost the Solution. Who doesn't have buyback. They get the Lasso on a 2 of the Soul Mine, locking up both the Razor as well as the Lich. That's going to be 2 more dead, none of which have buyback. GG is called. We're going to a game 3. Thunder Predator. Fool me once, fool me twice, but not in this third game. They actually take one home, and really good doing so.
Yeah, that was just a damn good bat performance, honestly. And then putting that on top too with the Tiny, just 2 very active and aggressive heroes, and then a Troll Warlord that didn't go Battle Fury. So they just went through.